Hey there. I am so sorry that it took so long, but I have been traveling. And of course, I've been taking over property subject to, as you can imagine. All right, well, in this video, I want to talk about taking over homes in foreclosure, subject to. All right, well, what I really want to say is that you can do this. It's actually easier to take over homes that are in pre-foreclosure situation, easier than how I've been saying it before. But let me explain to you why. So how do you actually do it? The way you do this is to obviously find the foreclosure. You contact the owner via letters or whatever you do, but you contact the owner. You negotiate with the owner for a buy price, and actually you probably won't have to do that, because if it's in foreclosure, like in my area, owners are in foreclosure for 2 years. For 2 years they haven't paid their mortgage, right? So that means you have quite a bit of amount of money that would be needed to cure the mortgage. So you wouldn't actually cure the mortgage with, let's say, like in my case, my area here, let's say $75,000. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sink that money into somebody else's property, not like that, unless it's a special circumstance. But I just wouldn't do that. So so the buy price is what they owe on it, right? And I know you're going to say, well, how the heck am I going to take over a property that they haven't paid for in 2 years? I mean, how do I do that? Well, that's the secret to the sauce. I mean, and that's what's in my course. I mean, I'm going to create another one as well to talk more about that. But basically, you negotiate that with the bank, and that's your job to do that. You take it over, and then you decide how you're going to exit. All right, so having said that, the rest of it is really very simple, right? You've prepared the documents, and then you close. That's it. All right, so let's back up a little bit. So you're going to contact the bank to verify mortgage information. During that time, you will find out how much they owe, because they don't know. Okay, the banks know, though. They're going to tell you there's penalties and interest and yada yada yada. It's $106,000 to cure the default. But then you can decide, you know what, I'm not going to cure the default. I'm going to work on maybe, let's say, a forbearance or a loan modification, and if anything, you could even do a short sale. All right, so so basically those are some of the things that you can do with a pre-foreclosure once you take it over. So how do you find these pre-foreclosures, by the way? You find them via services, my dear. So you would plug into, let's say, Realty Track. That's one of the better services. And also in my area, we have Property Radar. So Property Radar is one of the better services that we have that are available to us here in LA. Now the free way is to actually go to a title company and establish a relationship with your title company. And usually, I mean, I do this. If you're a realtor especially, you can do that even easier. And basically what they do is they give you access to properties in foreclosure. They could send you every on a spreadsheet every month. And that's just a relationship that you build, but you can do it. Okay, so working properties and pre-foreclosures, I love doing them because they're easier, in my opinion, to take over subject to. They're easier to work with. There's a time frame, so that makes everybody hunt, you know what I mean? And you take advantage of that wave. But it's your job to explain to the homeowner what their situation is, right? One of the advantages, well, and this is how I teach anyway, one of the advantages of doing pre-foreclosures, how you can stand out in front of them is, yes, you offer them a solution, but you also have to counsel them in a way that you have to show them that you can't keep this. You know, because even if I was to give you this money and cure this default, they're going to end up right back where they started again because something wasn't right. So once you help them to get their head from out of the sand, then you can work with them and put them under control. All right, so you create a win-win situation. What's so great about this business is that it is a win-win. You win because you get a property. Cool. No credit checks, no bank loans. The bank wins because they get their property now being paid for every month. They get a solution instead of foreclosing on this homeowner. The investor on the underlying mortgage does not want to foreclose. They want to keep getting payments because that's how they make money. And then, of course, the third win is the homeowner, which I always put first, by the way. They should be comfortable with doing this deal, and they usually are. I mean, I show you tricks on how to comfort them, and I'll go as far as buying groceries for them. I mean, I'll go that far if I had to, if they're in a situation where they are out, So anyway, I create a win situation for them because now they get to walk out of the property without that debt. Okay, so I hope that this helped, and I invite your comments, I invite your questions. I love hearing from you, and I hope to meet some of you soon. So subscribe, and don't forget to leave some comments in the box for me, okay? And let me know if you want to see this in a presentation, because I can do that. Talk to you soon.